Welcome to Thyroid and Autoimmune Revival. I'm Naomi Suzanne from Naomi's Home Health, and I'm a holistic health coach who specializes in thyroid and autoimmune healing. This content is where I share my journey from hypothyroidism and Hashimoto's to fully healed through natural healing options. In this episode, we are going to be discussing the benefits of nutrition and physical healing. So, starting with nutrition, when we are sick, we start to gain weight, and the first thing that we can think of is to lose the weight. We start to really focus on this weight loss, and it becomes a bit of an obsession. Well, it did for me, and I have seen a lot of clients and a lot of people in my thyroid group on Facebook. Their obsession becomes the weight loss. And it's because we start to feel insecure. We start to feel depressed about how we look. We want to look the way we did before, and we're not feeling the way we did before. So we think that if we lose weight, we will start to feel the way we did before. And this is not the case. So we always turn to the physical healing of nutrition first, diets, if we haven't turned to supplementation first. Those are the two things that we really start to focus on. But today I'm going to focus on the nutrition. So I had a lot of different diets to do from different practitioners. I had naturopaths, the liver doctor. The liver doctor gave me an 8-week cleanse. There wasn't a nutrition plan for the rest of my life. It was do this 8-week cleanse and you should be good to go. Naturopaths, they got me to cut out a lot of different fruits and vegetables, particularly, broccoli, cauliflower, all those sorts of things seem to be cut out first. Then I did a company called Forefront Health. There's no grains, no nuts, lots of eggs, dairy, foods like that. No cruciferous vegetables, which is the broccoli, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, all of those things. I was on that for a long time. Nothing happened there. I wasn't getting better at all. I did another one which was called roots and fruits. So it was root vegetables and fruits. We weren't allowed to eat anything other than those. And meat, fat, dairy, egg, basically eating dinner from the night before for breakfast, which was so heavy. And I gained a lot of weight and I had a lot of inflammation from that diet. That was the worst diet I've ever had. And I'm telling you this because I want you to learn maybe from some of my mistakes, because I went through a lot of crap through nutrition to get to where I am today. And if only I had known. But you know what? I learned so much. I also did a clean version of keto. Keto, there is a lot of really processed meats in some keto diets, a lot of dairy, a lot of fats. When your liver is overburdened, it cannot handle that. So you may lose some weight, but are you healing? This is what it's really important. It's important to understand losing weight doesn't heal you. It's not making you better. You may not even keep the weight off. It could be up, down, because your body is saying, I'm still not well. I really want you to add in foods that are going to heal me. So this is when I come across medical medium. I've done so many things. And, like when there's a diet that's only for a few weeks, you really got to consider, is this something that I'm going to learn from? And you're probably not, because you need to change your lifestyle completely. Now, I never was one to eat processed food. I always made everything from scratch. And I used to eat reasonably healthy. Like I ate salads and stuff for lunch, but I ate a lot of bread. Bread is my favorite thing ever. Bread and cheese, like they should be superfoods in my mind. But I didn't eat a lot of processed food. So for me, if there's anything that you are going to cut out immediately, it should be processed foods. I make my own salad dressings, sauces. I don't get any packages of anything from the supermarket as much as I possibly can. If I use chickpeas, I try and use, or legumes, anything like that, I try and use them from a packet, dried chickpeas, less from cans because of the heavy metal inside the cans. But I really try and focus on whole foods. So I came across Medical Medium, which talks a lot about the benefits of each food, like real foods, fruits and vegetables. He does get you to cut out meat, and I did for a while, but I found that I was hungry a lot. So after a couple of years, I added it back in. But he gets you to cut out foods that are inflammatory, that feed pathogens in your liver, and that reduce your gut bacteria. So foods, real whole foods, fresh fruits and vegetables, you don't have to eat them all raw, but it does benefit you. Adding in lots of herbs, adding in lots of superfoods. This is what we should be focusing on, not focusing on the weight, because weight loss becomes a stress. And when we're stressed, our cortisol and our adrenaline goes up, and our body thinks it's in fight or flight or famine, and we start to gain weight around the middle of our body. So we need to look at food as nourishment instead of food as a weight loss tool. So he advocates no egg. The reason for no egg is because it feeds the viral load in your body. And if you listen to my last podcast, you will know that in the liver, when it becomes overburdened, we hang on to a virus in our body. And what feeds a virus is egg. Now, if you look at science, scientists will grow viruses in a petri dish using egg. So when we have it in our body, the viral load will stay in our body. It will stay in our liver. And this is what's causing the trouble, particularly the Epstein-Barr virus, which causes glandular fever. So we're hosting this virus in our body and we're feeding it with egg. Also, what else feeds it is dairy and gluten. And this is why they're inflammatory foods. They also allow the heavy metal in our body, the radiation, the mercury, the pesticides to stay in our liver as well. So this is why our livers are so overburdened, because we have all this toxicity in our liver, pharmaceuticals, pesticides, all of these things. DDT from years and years ago can be inherited down through your genetic history, through your DNA, from your grandparents. So we are feeding these with dairy, gluten, egg, soy as well. So what I did, I went hardcore on the medical medium diet. He gets you to drink celery juice. Now, I've never liked celery. I like most foods, but I do not like celery. And to drink the juice, I wasn't a fan. And I still am not a fan to this day, but guess what? I still drink it to this day, because when I've stopped, things have started happening in my body. So I don't drink it every single day. When I first started, it was probably 4 to 5 times a week. And you start off with, 30 to 40 mils, a really tiny amount, because it will clear you out. You need to really just have a small amount. Now, I could talk about celery juice for a whole podcast, and I will one time. But the cluster salts in celery juice, the juice itself, not the fiber, actually cleanses your liver, cleanses your blood, cleanses your gut. And it really does. You will know it's coming out. So I also added in lemon water, half a lemon in a large glass of water. I use a mason jar every morning on an empty stomach before you eat anything. So I'd have the lemon water, then I would have the celery juice 20 minutes later. If I didn't have the celery juice, I would make sure I had the lemon water. I also was drinking aloe vera. So one or the other, one of the three, I was drinking in the mornings. Aloe vera is full of vitamins. It's extremely hydrating. It's cleansing to the gut and liver, the kidneys, the blood. It helps boost metabolism. It helps boost your energy, improves immune system. So aloe vera is an amazing healing tool. Another thing I could also spend a whole podcast talking about. So I've added these healing tools into my diet every day, plus eating fresh fruits and vegetables. Breakfast was the heavy metal detox smoothie. Now, heavy metals, we are introduced to every single day. Our cleaning products, our beauty products, our deodorants, any sort of air pollution outside from industry, from car pollution. Our cooking equipment has heavy metal. We eat and drink out of cans. There is so much heavy metal in pharmaceuticals as well, vaccines. There's so much heavy metal in our lives, and it stays in our body unless we drive it out with specific foods. So things like coriander or cilantro, if you are in the US, spirulina, Atlantic sea vegetables. Now, the reason we choose Atlantic sea vegetables like sea moss, dulse, kelp, is because it's the cleanest. They are the cleanest version of sea vegetables. So they also add a lot of iodine into your diet, natural iodine, the right kind of iodine that is an antiseptic to your thyroid. So it clears out mercury, pesticides, radiation. Atlantic sea vegetables are amazing to add into your diet. So all of these things are in the heavy metal detox smoothie. So go to Medical Medium and have a little look. When I work with people, I always work on heavy metal toxicity because it affects your brain. You get brain fog, memory loss. You can get skin conditions. If you've got psoriasis, eczema, it's probably because you have heavy metal toxicity in your body, and your body is trying to push the toxins out through your skin, and this is where you're getting the skin issue. So if you have brain fog, OCD, anxiety, depression, a lot of these things can be related to heavy metal toxicity. Working on that is super important. So these are the things that we're working on. Instead of working on the weight loss, instead of thinking, how can I lose all this weight? We should be trying to reduce the toxicity in our body, boosting the nutrients in our body so our body can function better. When it's functioning better, you are going to drop the weight. You are going to have more vitality. You are going to be more energetic. You are then going to want to do some exercise. So it's like, this vicious cycle of, if you're focusing on the weight loss and then you're not losing the weight, or it's coming back on, or you're finding it hard because you're doing all these crazy fad diets, and you're getting overwhelmed and you're getting stressed, you're going to stay with that weight on your body. If you take a step back and actually just start to add in real food into your diet and start to add in more fruits and vegetables, start to add in spirulina. It's full of nutrients. It's one of the most nutritious foods on the planet per gram. It's, if you have low iron, spirulina is going to be the best version of iron that you can add into your body. So there's a lot of things that you can do to actually add nutrients to your diet rather than cutting out foods and stressing yourself out. So this is why I wanted to explain this to you, because I know what a focus it can be. I know what a stress it can be. And you have to take a step back and forget about that weight loss. You have to take a step back and start to understand what your body needs. So I always get my clients to add in certain foods. So based on their symptoms, if you've had a lot of radiation in your life, Atlantic sea vegetables might be great. Also, cherries are great to help remove radiation. So it's really important to add in foods that are going to benefit what is going on in your body at the time. If you have some digestive issues, I might get you to drink lemon balm tea and eat papaya for breakfast. Papaya is amazing for the skin and the digestive system. So there's a lot of things that we can do to help ease the symptom, which then will get your body into balance, which then you'll drop weight, right? It's also, weight loss is not always down to what you put in your mouth. Your mental health and your emotional health and the state of your body internally is what is causing the weight 9 times out of 10. Your adrenal health is also what's important to your weight gain or weight loss. So if you are only focusing on nutrition and you are just treading water, you are just like, why can I not continue to drop any weight? It's because you haven't looked at all aspects of your health. That's what it is. And this is why I focus on all aspects of health with my clients. We don't just go, here's a supplement, here's a diet plan, off you go, and that will help you. That is not what happens. If you are not addressing your body as a whole, holistically, then you are not going to get exactly where you want to go, and you will keep treading that water. I always say it's like filling up a bucket with holes in it. You're pouring so much into this bucket and it's starting to fill up a little bit, but the holes, are causing it to all drain out. And you're exhausting yourself by continually trying to fill up this bucket, and it gets overwhelming. And in the end, you end up letting the bucket just drain right out. So we want to plug those holes up by making sure that we address all areas of your health, right? So nutrition is just one area that we focus on. We focus on starting to really get your body cleansing. So foods like baby spinach, Like I said, aloe vera, lemon, citrus, apples are great to cleanse the liver and the digestive system. But what these foods also do is they add hydration into your body at a cellular level. You cannot just drink 3 liters of water and expect to be hydrated. What you eat causes dehydration. What you don't eat causes dehydration. So if you are going to eat fatty, processed foods, you are going to be drawing hydration from your body at a cellular level. If you start to add in foods, melons, citrus, apples, although cucumbers are extremely hydrating, coconut water, if you're going to start adding these things into your diet, you're going to have more energy because you're going to be hydrated at a cellular level. Your cells are going to be more plump. They're going to have more energy to divide and replenish and rejuvenate. So adding things into your diet is what's really important. All we think about when we start a nutrition plan to help our body heal is taking away foods. And yes, we do need to take away foods sometimes. Like I said, I only take away one food at a time with my clients. I don't go, right, let's get rid of gluten, egg, dairy, soy, meat, processed food, blah, 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 whatever it is that we are taking away from you. I never do that because it's so overwhelming and you'll probably quit. The majority of people will. I'm a nutcase and I got rid of all of it and did that, but I don't know if that helped me because it made me a maniac and it made me focus so hard. I am like very goal-driven, laser focused. When I want something and I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it 1,000%. I don't know if that's always the right thing to do. I think it is at the time because I'm like, yep, this is going to fix me. I am going to heal because I've cut out all these foods. And then I become fanatical about it. And I don't actually take the time to relieve the stress of it. It becomes so stressful because I'm like, I can't have that. I can't have this. I can't have that. And I've got to focus on meal planning and all of those things. The day that I realized that I needed balance, I needed to stop stressing about it. If I went out, say, to dinner and had a piece of cake, it wasn't going to kill me because I didn't feel like bloated. I never really got really bad digestive issues from eating certain foods. I did at some point, like I was bloated and things like that. But as I started to heal, like if I had the one piece of cake after eating completely clean all week, it wasn't going to kill me. And I had to realize that that was okay. And I had to bring that energy down from cray lady of what I can and can't eat to just enjoying food, finding enjoyment and pleasure in food, because I enjoy really healthy, good food. I enjoy salads. I enjoy vegetables. I prefer vegetables to meat, but I do have some meat. I am enjoying meat more these days, but I love my vegetables. So it's okay when I want to eat something that's not on my list of foods. Do you know what I mean? So for me, now it's about balance, it's about enjoyment, it's about enjoying food with good people and good friends. And if you have a partner or whatever it is, eating food that you all love and you build this community around food, that's really important because it's no point hating preparing the food, hating what you're eating. I know there's a lot of people who don't like a lot of healthy food, but you can change that if you just start to add in one healthy food. Like it could be that you just have an apple. It could be that you're having an apple every single day and you just do that until it becomes a habit. Or it could be that you add in broccoli at dinner, something where you're just going to have a little bit of introduction to it, a little bit here and there, and you will start to enjoy things a little bit more. Sometimes you have to eat food up to 20 times before your taste buds can accept that. It's the same with children. I worked with children for 20 years. I used to be a preschool teacher, and people give their kids, say, broccoli, for example, and they don't like it straight away. Oh, they don't like broccoli. That's it. And they never give it to them again. You need to always be introducing foods to your children and constantly putting it in front of them if you want them to eventually enjoy it. They may never enjoy broccoli. I'm just saying, if you're not giving it to them, they're not getting the opportunity to try it continually and, you know, build up that sort of tolerance, I guess it is, to broccoli. My daughter is a classic example. She never liked vegetables or anything, and it was so difficult, but I just kept putting it in front of her. And honey, this is what you're eating for dinner. And if you don't eat that, I'm sorry, we don't have an alternative. And she now eats, like, if I make a curry, if I make a laksa, she eats salads for lunch at school. She's not taking Vegemite sandwiches. She's taking really healthy, nutritious foods. She loves her fruit. We all eat a lot of fruit in this house, and we don't get sick. We don't get sick because we eat nutritious, healthy foods. Our immune systems love what we eat. And this is what's important. If you have a low immune system, what you eat is important, right? But the stress levels are also important. What you put into your body every day. Like if you're having 3 coffees a day instead of maybe 2 coffees and a herbal tea, coffee is extremely dehydrating, extremely dehydrating. It also switches on your adrenals to flood your body with adrenaline and cortisol. And that is a stress response in your body. So this is why coffee makes you feel really good, because it floods your body with adrenaline or cortisol. And then you don't feel good a few hours later and you need another coffee because you've had the high and then you're going to have that low. So this is why if you're a coffee drinker and you may feel tired in the afternoon, or you may not sleep at night because your cortisol, it puts your cortisol out of balance. You could be producing way too much at night. So you're so tired. You go to bed, you think, I can't wait to go to bed. I'm going to go to sleep. And then bang, you're awake for the next 4 hours. That's the cortisol, excess cortisol going through your body. You're producing it the wrong time of day. Cortisol needs to be produced in the morning and melatonin at night. But when we are flooding our bodies with things like coffee that is going to surge our cortisol, we need to really look at that. So I know all you coffee drinkers out there are probably really hating on me right now, but, you know, and I get a lot of clients who go, don't tell me to give up coffee. And it's like, do you want to sleep or do you want to drink coffee? There's a reason that you are addicted to coffee. It is like a drug, whether you like to admit that or not. But coffee is like a drug because it gives you that enhanced feeling. That is why you are addicted to it. So I'm sorry to tell you that, you know, you may not drink alcohol. And, you know, I get people, it's my one vice. Who says you got to have one? Who says you got to have a vice? Why don't you make your vice something really positive? Why don't you make your vice a herbal tea? Why don't you make your vice yoga, qigong? Why don't you make your vice something that is really good for your body? Maybe that is what's going to benefit your body in the long run, rather than not being able to sleep, you're dehydrated at a cellular level, all of these things because you choose coffee as your so-called vice. So my point to this podcast today is to get you to start thinking about your nutrition, about what it means to you, about why you eat foods the way you do. Are you eating food just to lose weight, or are you eating food to nourish your body and heal your body? If you need some help learning how to nourish your body based on your symptoms, based on, you know, you might have low immunity, you may have your brain fog, you may get anxiety, food can help that. Reducing some foods and adding some foods in can definitely be beneficial. But I will also add in some other tools and practices for you when I write you your own personal program. And if you want help with all of that, this is where I excel. I am very intuitive when it comes to people's medical problems or issues or whatever's going on in your body. I am very intuitive and very in tune with people, knowing what I can do to help them and how I can write the best program for you. And this is why I have such success with my clients. You can ask my clients, they will tell you how well they are doing, provided they follow the program. You're not going to get anywhere if you don't follow the program, right? Or if you make excuses or whatever. I can only write the program for you. I can't come to your house, get you out of bed in the morning, make you your celery juice. You have to take ownership of your health. Your health is down to you, nobody else. No pill, no supplement is going to save your life. You are going to save your life. Only you can heal you. I can support you. I can give you all the tools that you want. But if you aren't going to get off your butt and do it, there's nothing anybody else can do about it. It's your mindset. It's how you want to feel. When you are doing your program or whatever it is you're doing, you need to focus on how you want to feel. What is your goal? What is the reason that you want to get better? Is it your children? Is it your job? Is it your partner? Is it that you just don't want to be sick anymore? You just want to feel like you did 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever it is. Maybe, start to think about what you're going to gain from doing this healing. Because my program, you are going to learn lifestyle changes. You are going to get improvements in your life. And this is for a lifetime. This is not a 6-week program. This is not an 8-week program. We are teaching you how to live healthy for the rest of your life. This is what I do every day. This is what my kids do every day. I get up, I do all the right things for my body every single day because I choose to, and I choose to be healthy. I choose to feel healthy, look healthy. I go out, walking and bushwalks and do all sorts of things that I could never do when I was sick. I could barely get to the front gate. That's how sick I was. My heart was pounding. I was so unwell. I had no vitality. I didn't want to mix with people. I didn't want to go out with friends. I could care less. But now I am so vibrant, so energetic, and I am helping people do the same thing. So what is it that you want help with? Because I know exactly how to help you. So if you want to work with me, you will find the link in my bio here on Spotify. Make sure you hit the follow button, share it with people, tell people about it, because this isn't just for people with thyroid or autoimmune disease. This is for people who want to be healthy, who want to live a energetic lifestyle, who don't want to feel sick anymore, who don't want to catch every cold or flu that's going around their workplace, who want to actually feel amazing in themselves, have mental clarity, emotional stability, and vibrancy. That's what's important. So join me and I will create you your own program.